Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and today we're going to do our Astrius preview video. And have you ever watched the show Family Feud? Every episode of Family Feud starts off with Steve Harvey. He walks out on stage and he says, "Oh, we got another great one for you today." And sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not so great. Well, we've actually got a great one for you today because Astrius is a great unit. Even without having my hands on him at all, getting to play him ever, just looking at his kit, you can tell this guy is insane. So we're going to talk about PvP, we're going to talk about PvE, we're going to look at the whole deal, and we have a bonus account review at the end of this video. Because if you didn't know, a great way to support the channel, besides just watching the videos, liking and subscribing, is you can become a member of the YouTube channel. You click the join button underneath videos, and it's like what a Twitch sub is, except I get to set the prices and the rewards. So you can become a member for as little as $2. If you join at that top tier, that Saint of Eileen tier, like Nero, Prince, Benjamin have recently joined at, a perk of that is I will review your account on a YouTube video if you want to hit me up on Discord and send the messages. We'll be doing Prince's review today, and Nero, you join at that Saint level. If you want to hit me up on Discord with some screenshots, you know, I'll throw a review in for you as well. Okay, that aside, let's go ahead and let's start the video off by comparing Astrius to who I think is the best physical carry we currently have in War of the Visions, and that is Cloud. Doing the side-by-side stat comparison, Astrius has more HP than Cloud does, Astrius has more attack than Cloud does, they both come in with 68 agility, dexterity and luck are pretty close, but more luck for Astrius is good, although both of these characters do have 100% hit abilities built into their kit. Now, like, honestly, if I'm just being real with you, Cloud is one of the best characters in this game because he's a PvP god who is also god tier in PvE. He has breaks, he has multi-hit attacks. Astrius is bringing some of those things as well, so the comparison is a good one in my opinion. If we look at defense and spirit, Astrius actually bringing in 8 spirit, where Cloud brings in neither of both, and then if you look at the resistances, they're pretty similar. Okay, so let's actually look at his kit. How close of a comparison is this? How good is Astrius actually? Let's start with his TMR. Clamys of Hope. I still honestly don't know how to pronounce CHLAMYS. I just have no idea. But this is a really good accessory in my opinion. Has 8 defense and 10 spirit on it with 8 accuracy. Would I have liked to see some agility? Yes, but it's good for multiple reasons anyway. First of all, the buff is good. Agility, attack, and bravery buff for your allies is nice. Now that bravery buff on this is good for a couple different reasons. Reason 1, if you don't have access to Cecil's Trustmaster because you didn't play back then or whatever, a bravery buff will carry over after the fight a percentage of the buff. So you can use this on like auto to just raise the bravery of your units to 97, and every unit in your roster should be rocking 97 bravery. You can use this to auto farm that, that's really cool. And then an agility buff plus an attack buff, this is nice. I don't think it's game-changingly nice, but it has a lot of good uses, so I do like that, and it's equipable by like everybody. Now, let's get to the kit, because here's where the bread is gonna get buttered, right? First up, support abilities. These are all good. Like, they're all good. They're all good. Practice attack. An attack buff with an increased acquired AP buff. So 40% more AP acquired, 24% attack buff. On most characters, I would say you're probably just going to run this all the time, but his are so good, the rest of his support abilities are so good, you actually have options. Long range, you might use this on Gunner for some map. Rigid body, this is an HP and slash resistance buff. So if you want to go for a more like tankier, bruiser kind of route, you do have that option. Wild instinct, this is probably his best one. It is an accuracy buff with 40 defense penetration. This guy is going to have no problem penetrating defense. Remember when we're thinking about Cloud? One really nice thing about Cloud is how reliable his damage is, because he has like slash resistance debuffs, etc. Well, you have defense pin built into Astrius here, that'll help him out. And then Secret of the Sniper is a missile attack buff plus luck. Now you might consider running a combination of Wild Instinct plus Secret of the Sniper on an accuracy build, but you don't necessarily need to do an accuracy build with Astrius because he has 100% hit attack. We'll talk more about that later. Anyway, some combination of these will just be what you run, right? Do you want to be a little bit tankier? Rigid body plus Wild Instinct maybe. I think probably the most generic one is Practice Attack plus Wild Instinct. That's going to help you do a ton of damage. His counter moves, not as good, as his support abilities, but still pretty decent. After, this is a preemptive hit, right? So it will do the damage before he gets hit. 30% chance to proc is high, 121% damage, scales off of attack, and it gives him 20 AP. The nice thing about this, besides that 30% chance to proc, is it has a range 3 range height too. So it's like Gilgamesh's preemptive counterattack, but at range 3 range height 2, it's better. Counter Smoke is an accuracy debuff, and Attention is just a 20% chance to reduce any damage by 30. After is super good. I think most people will run After. Yeah, it's just great. So now let's look at his, what kind of damage? What kind of damage is this guy bringing to the table? So his cheat move, the one that only costs 14 AP, has 5 uses, good range with a range height 1, and his skills scale purely off of attack, 120% attack. So the more attack you stack on this guy, the higher his damage. Anyway, his cheat move, the 14 AP one, has Dispel Auto Revive, so it will remove re-raise from the target. With the only 121% modifier, it's not going to be his hardest hitting move, but being able to remove re-raise is nice. Then he has Indomitable that upgrades EX to Perseverance. There's a lot of words here. Let's talk about the important parts. First of all, this is a courage buff. So he has courage as a DPS unit. He has courage built into his main kit. Whoa, that's a big deal. Then, if he has the Ignore Fatal, the courage buff on, he will get 40 more defense pin and decreases AP consumption by 33%. So even though he does not have AP regeneration in his kit, through his support abilities he has a way to increase his AP gain, and then through this buff he has a way to decrease his AP costs. Awesome. Awesome. So I think you're going to want to cast this buff like all of the time, like every fight. And speaking of every fight, with the EX upgrade, you get another cast. It goes from 1 to 2, which makes him better on like a Guild Wars defense situation, where you have courage in both fights. Big deal. You'll love to see it. Okay, next up, Black Break, which upgrades to X Break. This is a defense debuff. And it does 165% damage, hits in a cross-shaped pattern, sort of like a Victoria limit break, right? Now, the benefit here is a defense debuff. This is good for PvP, but also very good for PvE. Being able to break an opponent's defense is nice. Yes, farm can also do this for you in a water slashing chain, but you might not have farm. Not a ton of people have farm at 120. Here's a way to decrease defense with another unit. 3 uses is the upgrade for the EX, so not the greatest EX upgrade in the world, but okay. And it has a weird hitbox too, the really weird hit. You know, this cross-shaped thing is strange, but it does give you a lot of range. Something people don't think about a lot is if you're here, you know, we're in the middle of this, you can hit a unit all the way up here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish range at a diagonal. That's big. That's a big range for it. Anyway, so a lot of range on that move. Next up, Black Indispensable Blade. This is his 100% hit move. He has 3 uses of it. It hits in a small, like line-based AoE. The big deal here is it's a 200% modifier. So this is not only a 100% hit move, it's going to hit really hard. 200% modifier, again, all of his damage scales with attack. Then he has Square Wall. This is a TP group buff that's in a square because it's called Square Wall. It's a slash resistant buff for allies and an HP buff for allies. Really good in combination with Setia. And something to keep in mind here, Setia is new and we've already seen the power of her. This is the guy who's supposed to like really finish unlocking water, really tie it all together. Because what did water not have? It has a good tank. It has a ton of good mages. It has some supports. It never really had that top tier physical DPS carry. Here it is. Here it is. So this is a really good buff for her, and he will absorb 30% of the damage he deals for 3 turns. I really like this, and what the cool thing here is in his main kit, he has 2 insanely good TP moves with his courage and all the buffs that comes with, and with this buff for the group. So awesome. Next up, Destruction Shield Twinzon. This is a physical barrier break, also 200% modifier damage, range of 3, range height 1. It is also a multi-hit attack. So a 2-hit attack with a 200% modifier, this is going to hit really, really hard. It's also going to hit really hard in PvE chaining groups. So that's nice. And then having a barrier break is just going to make him even harder to tank. You can already see he can penetrate like tons of defense. Now he's also penetrating barriers. You'll love to see it. Okay, let's continue. In his Will Weaver, or whatever it's called in English, sub-job, you have Broken Alive. This is a maybe useful skill for manual PvP. It has a really long range and an AP decrease. Could also have some use in certain PvE environments where you need to take the AP from your target so they can't use those skills that like wipe you, like Petrify or something like that. Then he also has Slow Pointed Blade. This is 165% mod, hits in a line like a Fire Slash kind of would, and can inflict slow on the target. This again, very useful in certain PvE situations. Yes, there are already water units that can do this, Titus, Farm, but you might not have them, or you might want them doing something else. He can slow targets. That's nice. He has Sniper Sub, so if you want some missile damage mixed in, you do have this option. It does come with its own defense pin buff. Keep in mind, he has that from his main job as well. And then it has, decrease agility shot, disable shot, decrease move shot. Kind of what you come to expect from a Sniper Sub job. It's pretty good. Then we have Strider. Now, this is cool because we've only seen this, I think, in one other unit, Summer Kilfay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Summer Kilfay's main job is the only other unit in the game that has Strider. This has an attack plus spirit buff. So that should obviously, that's good, obviously, right? 40% attack buff with 15 spirit. If you're fighting against those magic-based teams, this could be very valuable. Michujuki Entanglement, 121% mod, again, with slow on it. The nice thing about this slowing attack is the range is humongous. And in this job, you have access to Wolf Claw, another multi-hit attack that you have 4 uses of, and it only costs 18 AP. So for slash chaining teams, this Strider might be the way to go because you have access to both a slow and a multi-hit attack within the sub-job. That's nice. And at 18 AP, you might be able to use bells on somebody else in PvE situations. That's useful. Tiger Bite is a debuff that hits in an AoE, and then he has Wild Liberation. Don't sleep on this one. This is slash resistance penetration, so he already has defense pin. You can also get some slash resistance pin from this. Keep that in mind. And an accuracy buff. One thing I do want to caution people about, he has a 100% hit move. If you're fighting evasion, but you run like a middling accuracy build, and I mean like you're getting like 70 to 90 accuracy, you have a tendency to trick the AI into missing instead of using their 100% hit moves. Because there's a threshold, I don't know what that threshold is, where the AI is like, oh, I have like a 40% chance to hit. I'm not going to use the 100% hit move. I'm instead going to go for a higher damaging move. Just be careful about that. His 100% hit move hits so hard, you might avoid that anyway. But just something to keep in mind and remember. And then let's talk about his limit break. It's really cool. Now, you know how Noctis has his Conjure Armiger move where he casts his buff, then after he hits it, summons a like magical attack that slaps people? We got that on this guy too. If he does his limit break, he gets decreased slash resistance 38%. So another way to get through slash resistance on the target. This one is a debuff. Then he gains Chasing Crystal. It says when casting another attack skill, also launch the following skill for 3 turns on self. That's this one. And then the limit break itself does 200% damage and has range 3. The big deal here is this unlocked skill, the Crystal Chasing. It is typeless and colorless. It does 86% damage, and the reason this is better than Noctis is because it scales off of attack. He's an attack type unit, and this extra hit scales off 120% attack. It's going to truck people, and it's unresist. I mean, like, how do you resist an attackless or a typeless colorless attack? Well, I guess with defense, but this dude has a bajillion defense penetration, or I guess with like unit target resist, which you don't see all over the place. Really powerful. Don't sleep on how good this is. So, okay. Overall, you guys, I think Astrius is going to be a PvP god. I think he might be on the tier of Cloud for PvP. I think Cloud does have more AoE potential with Barrage, but they both have the 2 damage types. Both can do multi-hit attacks, and both are going to be really hard to tank. When it comes to PvE, I do still think Cloud might be a better option, but not by much. Astrius brings those slows, he brings the defense breaks, and he brings multi-hit attacks. So he could be our best physical DPS unit since Cloud, and he might even get that rare 110 cost rating the next time I update my tier list. I'm excited for this guy. He's very worth having if you want to play water. Good luck to anybody who's pulling on him. Now, one more thing left to do here. Let me pull it up. We've got an account review to do. And if you want to see what a Kraken looks like, we're about to see what a Kraken looks like. This is from Prince. He's somebody who has played this game for a very long time. Someone who I've known for a very long time in the game. Plays in a lot of tournaments and stuff. And you can see, boom, he's got a lot. So when we're reviewing this account, we're more going to look at like, we're going to try and pick on him in some way, like find something that is like, oh, why don't you have this rare thing built up yet? Instead of like, he doesn't need my advice on what to build because he doesn't really have much left to build. Let's go through it though. So you can see Royal Rank 13 and about what, 35% of the way through that. I'll just tell you guys right now, it takes 20,000 bucks to get from 13 to 14. So he's pretty far into 13. I want to say though that he spent a lot of the, like most of his spending was done pre-Royal Rank 13. This didn't used to exist. 12 was the cap. And then when 13 came out, a lot of people kind of like instantly got it. He did that. So he has dialed back his spending a lot since then. He wanted me to mention that. Okay. Let's look at the units. So this screen shows his non-MR units. This is the sub-MRs. And he's got a lot of these built up. I think these ones hanging at like 102, 107 back here, that's probably a shortage of blossoms. Even for somebody like Prince, I've seen him actually mention on Discord before that he was short on blossoms. And yeah, you will run out if you're trying to build every unit in the game, which by the way, is his goal. So blossoms are blocking him a bit here. We're going to quickly go through his elemental pictures. Right here, Terra, I'm surprised. I would like to see Terra at 120. I think she is one of Fire's strongest units. But check out that King Elda. Check out that Winter Macherie. Those are pretty spicy units as well. Ice, yeah, I mean, you got like everything here. Medina is only at 115. Now that's crazy. For somebody who was like a day one Kraken, only having the best day one unit at 115. I mean, sure, 120s weren't a thing back then, but man, what the hell, Prince? What the hell? Wind. Yeah, you got the big hitters right here. Halloween, Little Leela, Jew, Marymore, Winter Luartha, Varouche, collab units, Oldoa, Yerma at 120. Everything. Literally all of it. Gargus, let's see, do we get more? Nah, okay, I'm assuming Gargus is 122. Earth, Noctis, Oberon, Moraga, everybody here. Like Eileen at 120, what a winner. Winter Ramada, or yeah. Winter Ramada though, 115. I don't know, man. I don't know, that's pretty lame. That's pretty lame. Lightning, again, banging it out. We got Esther, Cloud, Charlotte, Abara, the big ones. I don't see a Renan in here. Prince might have pulled a skip on Renan, so that could be, am I just missing it? Oh my God, Prince, you slacker. Where's Renan? Okay, water. Yeah, again, all the big ones, including Laura Croft at 120. Man, like, I skipped the Laura Croft event, and she's good. She's real good for water. So he's ready for Astrius for sure. Winter Ramada at 107. Ildira at 115, working her way up. Okay, Light. Now, there's going to be a couple different screenshots for Light, because it is a big account. But look, this is a screen full of 120s. Followed by another screen full of half of 120s into some 107s. Getting that Violet up, Cecil at 102. You know, I mean, got the TMR. Thancred at 102. Yeah, you probably don't need them. Dark, Instant 120 Joker. That feels pretty cool. Promptu, Golbez, Black Rose Helena, Dwayne Stern. I mean, you got the big boys here. This is an account that is stacked for, like, Prince could play any element that he wants based on units, right? When it comes to Espers, literally every single Esper in the game, I think, leveled up to 99, or at least leveled up as high as they can. That's impressive. So, okay, that's pretty cool. Then vision cards, like, I'm honestly not even going to show all the pictures of this, because just assume all of them are 99 until this screen, wait, this screen here, let me scroll it over. Yeah, this screen here. So if we go a little bit over, the only VCs that you don't have at level 99, Blades of Grass and the Scions. I think this was a Scions one from FF14. even the ultimate card, the Ramza card, a card I really wish I had maxed out. This card's super good at 99. So I also don't have Blades maxed. So, hey, Prince, together we don't have Blades maxed. Next up, gear, it's just +5s all over the place. Weapons +5, armors +5, accessories +5, including like, you know, raid gear, Soul Tomasa, Alex Ring, 2 Shinra Bengals. Yeah, got it all. Trust Stones. This might be the most impressive one to me, because while you can get a lot of that other stuff just by farming maybe on auto or paying money, Trust Stones are something you do have to work for a little bit in this game. Yes, being Royal Rank 13 will help because you get more retries every day, but you still got to farm this out. And this is a page full of Trust Stones followed by another page full of Trust Stones. So lots of you are Trust Stones. You've clearly been working on that. So you have everything you need to make that like full-on in-game team. And then here we'll end it by looking at your mastery ranks. Yeah, I mean, they're big. Fire at 30 is the only one that's not into that platinum level yet. Broken. Dude, you got a beast of an account, Prince, so I'm happy to show that off. I can't pick on this account. I can't pick on this account. Plus, you're my friend. I don't want to pick on your account. There you go. That's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you want an account review as well, join the YouTube channel at that Saint of Eileen member, or join at a less level, a lower level than that. If you just want to directly support my channel, I can't do like small content creators. We need all of that stuff, all those different ways of support. We love them all. So thank you guys for that. And if you're pulling for Astrius, like I said, good luck. I'll be pulling Wednesday on stream, and I'll catch you there. Peace.